All right, ladies, people. All right, let's talk about why you are needy. Okay, let's talk about why you have become needy, and why I will blame your parents for that shit. Okay, why you gotta blame your parents for this? But don't resent them. They're humans just like everyone else. Okay, um, this subject is important because it speaks to your latent powers that you have through your rational thinking and the ability to empathize, and how it has been suppressed because of your childhood. All right, and this suppression causes you to, as you grow older, to become needy. So I'm going to explain to you why you have become needy and what to do about it. All right. So if you guys need one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org/game coaching. The contest is over for the Instagram thing, for the free book. It's over, but you can still follow me there if you want. I post a lot of shit there, right? So check it out. It's like for example, today I posted a video, a link. I mean, a mini article. So if you guys like it, just go to my Instagram, okay? So why are you needy? Let's talk about first why humans developed mirror neurons, because that's important, right? You see, humans have, and this is something that I learned from one of Robert Greene's books. Humans, when we develop mirror neurons in order to deal with complex groups, right? We developed mirror neurons because we needed to learn how to deal with other people, how to deal with groups, right? But before we developed language, the way that we communicated was at a pre-verbal level, right? We learned how to feel what's inside the other person. But as humans developed, we invented language and the ability to use our rational minds. So as a result, our empathy, the ability to empathize and understand our brothers and sisters, became more dimensional. So as a result, we were able to predict how they would act towards us. We were able to use their past behavior and use deductive reasoning to try to see who they are, to try to get a better picture of who they are, all at the verbal level, if that makes any sense, right? I'm looking at it from the notes, right? And the thing is that this helped us not only sense what people thought, but deduce their motivation, right? And the problem is that this skill that we all have, the ability to understand people, the ability to read people, is inside of every one of us, right? But the problem is that it has become latent, it has become suppressed. But why is that? Because as children, we just, unlike other animals, we have a long period of dependency. We depend on our parents. They become an extension of us. And because we depend on our parents, we give them attributes that don't really belong to them. We see them as amazing. We see them as all powerful. Why is that? Because if we didn't see them as all powerful, if we didn't see them as all powerful, we would be too worried about our needs. We will be too worried about our physical needs because we don't trust in them. But because we have developed trust in them by idealizing them, right, and giving them traits that they don't have, we sort of develop that mentality. And as we grow older, you don't mature out of that. So that natural tendency to give your parents a more powerful aura extends to other people who you deem as superior. We see our teachers as very smart people. We see the athletes that play basketball as gods and whatnot. And the problem with that perspective is that it blinds you. It gives you a naive perspective, like Robert Greene says. And so what happens is that we exaggerate their positive traits, and then we ignore their negative traits. And so as you see, we see the world through our needs. We see the world because if we don't see them as all powerful, we will have to depend on ourselves. But because as children, you don't have that ability to depend on yourself because you're not developed yet, we can't think that way, right? So what happens? What happens if you would actually, as a child, not depend on your parents? You actually grow. Sure, you become scarred, but your thinking will be closer to reality because you're not in a little box thinking that everything's perfect, right? Now, what happens is that as you grow older, the people in your life that you're depending on disappoint you. They begin to disappoint you because you begin to see their negative flaws. And as a result of that disappointment, now this pendulum swings from you having a positive bias to a negative bias. So then you exaggerate their negative traits and you don't notice their positive traits, right? And so that also begins to expand onto other people in your life, like I said, into other superiors, right? And so we developed the habit to see the world through our emotions, right? Through our own needs, right? And also because we never grew out of that dependent state, right? You sort of begin to depend on people to make you feel good because you still have that childish mentality. You see what I'm saying? So how do you grow out of that childish mentality? The way to grow out of the childish mentality is to face reality dead on. And how do you face reality dead on? Is to realize the nature of human beings, that people will disappoint you. You cannot have that fantasy that everything will be perfect. You got to let go of that little fucking fantasy that one day you're going to meet the one that will fulfill your life. You got to let go of that, because no guy will fulfill your life. And you got to move on to the perspective of should only depend on yourself, because people are not dependable. No one is here for you. You think they're here for you, but that's because you offer them something they want. I don't know what that is that they want, either your company, either your money, either your body. It doesn't matter, but you offer them something, and that's why they stay. You see what I'm saying? As soon as somebody feels like they're not winning in this relationship, they leave, right? And so that's the source of neediness. Seeing the world through that naive perspective, right? Not seeing people for who they are, but seeing them through your own needs. You feel hurt, and then you attribute all negative qualities to them. You feel hurt in your life, and you see a guy that's perfect, that you think is perfect, you become needy towards this person, right? So what you gotta do is get closer to reality and realize that no guy will fulfill you. Sure, that's a daunting thinking in the beginning, but allow that to simmer inside of you. Allow yourself to blend in with that reality, because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna resent that reality first, just like when you grieve. But after a while, you're gonna begin to accept it. When you accept it, you begin to take responsibility for your own life. And how do you do that? First, recognizing your biased perspective. Seeing how you depend on people to make you happy. Noticing your biases that you have towards the people in your life. Let me tell you something, man. When you going out with a guy, you do the same shit. Oh, he hurt your feelings, but you just think about the good things he did because you like him. You see what I'm saying? So what you got to do is look at the whole picture. Realize that people will not be in your life forever. You are the only person who will be in your life forever. Stop depending on men to make you happy. That is how you fall into the trap of neediness. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is that sometimes, unfortunately, when it comes to human beings, it takes practice. In other words, it takes a lot of heartbreak, right? But if you keep getting heartbroken and keep going back into that mentality, that victim fucking mentality, that all men are assholes, right? That there's no good men, you're still in that state where you're saying that I am feeling this way because all men are bad. It should be the opposite. It should be where you do get hurt, but you realize that you have some control over that. You realize you may have done something wrong to get that. You realize that that's how humans are, and you don't resent that fact. You got to stop resenting people for their nature. People are who they are. You cannot change people. It's impossible to change people. You either live or let live. You either try to change, you either accept them as they are, or you get the fuck out. But you cannot change them. You see, it's not like your parents. You don't pick your parents, but you definitely pick who you're with. You see what I'm saying? You see, and so we all got to wake up from this illusion, this childish illusion that people, how can I say this, that people are here for us. You see, most people don't care about you. I mean, they do care about you, right? But for the most part, most people, aside from your parents and family, most people don't care about you. I don't care how amazing your relationship is. If you fuck with that guy that you're with, if you hurt that guy, he's going to leave. So is love unconditional? I don't think so. There is condition behind love, right? And what's that condition? What do you have to offer me? You see, it comes down to me all the time. It comes down to the other person, right? And if you don't realize that, if you think that who you are today is enough for anyone, then you are delusional. You see, people won't tell you that why the loss of attraction, but at the end of the day, they lost attraction because they're not gaining anything out of it. They just don't tell you that. At the end of the day, this is all a selfish pursuit. Love is a selfish pursuit. Nothing wrong with that. You see, people get mad when I say that. It is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong that people are selfish. There's nothing wrong that people will hurt you. There's nothing wrong that people will trade you at the sight of a better opportunity. There is nothing wrong with that. Stop taking that shit personal. People don't reject you. They just reject the idea of you. We all have different versions floating around in the world. different versions. People see you one way, another people see you another way, and you see yourself differently. Also, you see yourself differently according to how you feel. There's multiple versions of you out there in people's minds, and you can't control that. You see? And we all, and a lot of you women who subscribe to the fantasy of romance, nothing wrong with that, right? But you gotta have a foot in reality. You gotta have a look at your past experience and analyze your past experience and tell me if that's valid. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, right? But from what I've learned is that people will love you under certain conditions. There's nothing wrong with that. You see, we try to think that we're not animals. We're social animals. We're very intelligent. That's what we are. We're very intelligent, and that intelligence sometimes has a tendency to think that we're greater and we're more than we really are. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm hoping this makes sense. Let me see if I missed anything that I wanted to talk about. All right. You know, and that's why people get heartbroken, because they never saw it coming. Bitch, you never saw it coming. You never saw it coming? Really? Really, you never saw it coming? The reason why you never saw it coming is because you were under an illusion that reality is a way when reality is not that way. I never expected him cheating on me. Bitch, please, man. People are who they are. You see, you should never get, you see, the punches that hurt the most are the punches you don't see coming. Expect those punches. Expect people to cheat on you, but don't resent that reality. Just expect it. I'm not saying to think that you're gonna be cheated on and be paranoid. No, I'm saying just don't get surprised when it happens. You see those people that say, I would never have thought that this person was a killer. I would never have thought this person was a child predator. That happens a lot. You see, we cannot trust appearances. You don't know what goes on into people's mind, right? And also, when you're under that illusion that people are perfect, that you have somebody who's there, that you have someone who's meant to be for you, you're gonna have a lot of blind spots. A lot of blind spots. They're gonna cheat on you. You're gonna see negative traits. They're gonna tell you they don't want you no more, right? And a part of you will always go back to evidence that goes against the reality, evidence that goes for that confirms what you want to believe, and so you'll live in a state of illusion consistently. You know, it's not fun. I wish it wasn't this way, man. I'll be honest with you, but it is what it is, man. People are who they are. People are narcissistic to a certain degree. We're all narcissists to a certain degree. We're all evil to a certain degree. We all have evil tendencies. You can see those people who say, I would never have been one of those soldiers who killed the Jews and the Nazi. You don't know. You don't know. You could have been one of them. You see, everyone has the potential to be evil. I could potentially be evil too. I could potentially start a cult one day. You know, start off with a vegan shop, then transition over to a yoga studio. And then after that, say, hey, look, let's do yoga in Colombia, and let's get our land there. And I transfer people over there and say, hey, look, let's do yoga here and have our own retreat, you know, and then hire people who do ayahuasca, and then have them do ayahuasca and me being in the center of it, you know, so that you guys can see me in an altered state, and I give you guys instructions, right? And then we have a briefing session the next day, and then we do it all over again, and then you guys start to admire me because I have isolated you from your normal environment. You see what I'm saying? And so I close you guys off. You guys are in a place that you guys don't know, so you guys depend on me. Like, that shit is possible. I could do that shit. Oh shit, my plans are coming out, right? Now, seriously though, like, anyone has the potential. That's why when people say, if you want to be disappointed, meet your idols. You know? If you want to be disappointed, meet your idols. You see what I'm saying? People are not what they seem to be. And also, people are not what you see them to be. You see, we all have biases. We just have to learn how to differentiate biases from reality. And in order for you to do that, is to consistently question your belief system. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, right? I don't want to believe this. I don't want to see the world this way. But this is what happens when I objectively look at reality, look at my own experience, you know, go against the grain and study different perspectives and come up with my own conclusions. Hey, thank you, Atili, for the $2.99 donation. I don't know why people like putting $2.99. I hate having to say the $2.99. Just say $3. You know, and it's like when you found out that your parents weren't perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's the first dose of reality. Now the next step is realizing that people around you, especially your love partners, are not perfect. See, a lot of people think that when you meet a love partner, they come like a baby, clean slate. Thank you, Perla, for the $5 donation. We all think that our partners are clean, perfect, right? They all put this image up for being perfect, right? They walk perfect, right? They talk about how they run a relationship. I've told women that when I really didn't run a relationship. We all do that shit, right? And then we get disappointed. And why was that? Because happiness is a function of expectations, just like Jalen Jacoby says from Jalen and Jacoby show. Happiness is a function of expectation. And you have to have, and the only way to have realistic expectation is to consistently analyze your life, and look at different perspective and question your belief system consistently. It's always good to err on the side of evil than good. In other words, if you're someone who thinks the world is a good place and that people have good intentions and that the smiles you see really are smiles directed towards you because they like you, then you got to overcompensate by going the opposite direction and studying the darker nature of people. You see, the reason why I talk a lot about this to women but not to men, men you should know this too, because you women are slick. You motherfuckers are slick. You guys have done a great job into making men believe that you guys are fucking perfect. Get the fuck out of here, man. 3 guys. You guys only been with 3 guys, my ass. And so we all been led to believe that. And the reason why is because we were hoping that was the truth. But if you consistently question your belief system, if you consistently question what you see as reality, then you might get a different perspective that maybe you didn't want to hear, but it's closer to reality. Thank you, Marissa, for the $10 donation. You're my nigga. People usually put comments on there, but I guess no comments. Crumbles, man. That's how the cookie crumbles. Not all women are like that. I agree with you. Not all women are like that, but a lot of women are like that more than people believe. No more than men. You see, men believe that you women are perfect. Like when you guys say you guys are busy, you guys are really busy. Get the fuck out of here, man. I've lived with women. I lived with my mom. I lived with my sister. I lived with my cousins. Them motherfuckers were not busy. They were on the phone. They just tell guys that women just play the game better. You guys know, and this whole time I thought women were just being honest. I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta step up because all these women are busy, man. Like, Jesus Christ, she better be the ambassador of the United Nations if she's really this busy. Nigga, they were lying to your ass because you came across needy. That's why they lie to you, right? That's why I never trust words now. What, a woman acts nice to me? Yeah, my guy, you're so cute. I'm like, okay, nice. What's your name? You're not gonna get me with that little fucking smile. You're not gonna get me with like acting all cute and skimpy. Get the fuck out of here. Go to Pedro with that shit. Not me no more. You guys are not gonna get me. Prove yourself to me. Who are you? Thank you, S Black. Thank you, S Black. I appreciate your donation. It's $5. And so wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. I recommend you guys to start reading books on happiness. Start reading books on mindfulness. And start reading books that talk about people's dark nature. Right? Like I do. Most dating coaches read only books on how to heal yourself, or how to become emotionally detached, or how to heal your heart chakra, right? That's what they talk about, because they know that's what you guys want to hear. You guys want to read about how to find the right soulmate, how to get your vibration in line. Fuck vibration, man. Talk about how people are fucked up. Talk about why do people betray you? Why do men cheat? And don't talk about why men cheat. Why are people fucked up in general? Don't just put men, right? Talk about why you ruin your relationship. Talk about why you cause people to abuse you. You see, we all have standards that we allow people. The things that happen in our lives, if it's not outside of our control, we allow it to happen. Unless you live in Mexico and you live with your parent and you live with an abusive parent, there's nothing you could do about it. See, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I completely understand that. But a lot of the problems that happen is because we accept it. We have unconsciously accepted worse because we believe we can do better than that. We can't be, unfortunately, people cannot be real with each other. Unfortunately, they cannot be real with each other. Because when they're real, my God, when you are real with someone, when you see, what real really means? I got his text. Let me text him back right now because I saw his fucking text. Because you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys see that text and you guys don't respond. You guys just see it and put it down, right? Because you guys are playing the game, you see? But then men are told that, be honest with women. You know, like text them back fast, treat them as princesses, right? You know, and so they think they're playing. You guys are playing under that same rule. That's why they come across as needy to you, right? A lot of guys who you think are needy are not really needy. They're just being real. But the problem is that you just see it as needy because that's just your reaction. What you say and how you react are completely different. You say, I just want a guy who's real. And when he's real, guess what? You don't like him no more because he just overexposed himself. You see? What women say, what people say is different than how they react. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to face the facts. That when I text somebody fast, they lose attraction after a while. So guess what? I gotta play the game then. I gotta play the game. I have no other choice. The only time when texting fast works is when someone's on the rebound. Is when somebody's coming to you from a failed relationship and they just need someone's validation. That's when it works. But then again, you're dealing with someone who's broken. But when you deal with someone who's quote unquote healed, right? And you do that shit, they take it as needy because they're so independent. They see your attention, your intense attention as your desire to make them your girlfriend or whatnot. You know, we can't be real with each other, man. We cannot be real because people are just too fucking slippery. You know, people are too slippery. When we show our hands, people will use that against us. They'll use it against us. They'll use it. Oh, yes, they will. You know, you tell them, oh, yeah, you know, I've been hurt. And he'll be like, oh, you've been hurt? Really? You've been hurt? Oh, did you stay with him even though he cheated on you? Yes, I stayed with him even though he cheated on me. Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, good to know, yeah. You know, people are all looking for weakness. We're looking for weakness so that they can take advantage of you. You know, I sound like a bitter guy, but it is what it is. You see, there's a dating coach named Alpha Male Strategies. I love that motherfucker. I love him. He might sound a little misogynist sometimes. I don't give a fuck. What he talks about is reality. Women play games. You see, for example, he was talking. He's such an asshole, but I love his material. He was talking about how a woman one day he texted her and she said oh, you know, meet me at this spot. And he went there, right? And she was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes, right? And then he was like, okay. And then she was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And then another 10 minutes, and then another 10 minutes. And then she said, oh, by the way, I can't go because my boyfriend came and I had to call the cops. Thank you, Talia, for the donation. I appreciate that. $4.99 donation. Thank you, right? Anyways, sorry. Right? So clearly she was bullshitting him, right? And Alpha Male Strategy, the guy, he was like, okay, all right. Okay, she's gonna play me? All right. So you know what he did? He texted her a few days later. He was like, hey, look, man, me and my friends, we're going to a party and I want you to look good and make me look good. I'm gonna we're gonna go out. I'm gonna give you $200 so you can buy yourself a dress and you can keep that dress. You see what I'm saying? So she was like, okay, I'll meet you at that spot. He was like, yeah, meet me at East 7th Street in Manhattan, whatever, right? And she's like, I'm here. And he was like, okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And she was like, okay. And then she was like, where are you? And he was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So I'm turning the corner. And then she was like, okay. 10 minutes later, where are you? He was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm turning the corner. You know, 40 minutes later, he was like, I'm here. She was like, I'm here. And he was like, oh, fuck, dude. You went to the wrong spot. I meant to the east side of town. And then he made her go to the east side of town, right? She's like, I'm here. He was like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry, man. My girlfriend came to my apartment and I had to call the cops, and so I won't be able to make it. I was like, good for fucking you, my nigga. You fuck her if she's gonna play those games. See, people play those kind of games, man. You see what I'm saying? And so, unfortunately, you see people say, why are animals so crazy? You know, like, why really animals are fucked up. Animals don't give a fuck about you. You know, you can feed a monkey for the rest of your life, and if the monkey notices that you're giving another monkey attention, that monkey will fucking attack you, right? That's nature, right? In other words, nature, those monkeys are not evil because they're evil. Those monkeys are evil because that's just how they need to survive. You see, and we call evil because it comes from a dark place. No, evil comes from a desire to survive. It's all in us. We just have this society that rewards goodness. But in reality, if we were all led to our own desires and let loose, it'll be a fucking crazy world. Thank you, Charlie Pinello, for the donation. Thank you. You know, and so that's just how people are, man. People aren't as nice as they seem to be, man. They really aren't. You know, and again, you can't resent that. You see, you cannot resent that. You cannot resent that fact. You just can't. You gotta just accept it for what it is and deal with it. You can't resent that, or else you fall, or else you're back to that immature, naive perspective. But we have all just swayed to the other side out of our desire to hopefully see a different reality. Now we gotta center ourselves and start studying the darker nature of people, and not take it personal. Feel me? Anyways, I gotta go. I'm a little tight because Tinder banned me for some fucking reason. I don't know why they banned me. I'm like, I'm a nice person. Why are you guys banning me for, right? They ban everyone, man. It's crazy. They'll ban me for no reason. So I started a new profile today, and I was so fucking mad because I had a date today, and and um and I didn't get the number. So I'm like, fuck it, right? So it's whatever. I mean, so no date tonight, I suppose. And she was hot too. So if you're watching, If you're watching, I'm not sad at all. I'm not mad at all. It is what it is. Anyways, people, if you guys want one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org/in-again-coaching. If you guys want to want to purchase my course, go to the link below. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Anyways, people, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.